agenda item as presented.
For a second.
I'll second.
Discussion? No discussion? So what's your vote?
While you're voting, we have a lot of very nice donations, so
Yeah, I saw that.
we're very, very fortunate to have excellent community support here in Burlington.
Yes, there's all a bunch of. Well, sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, so that.
We also have a new system. This is our first
Bear with
board
us.
meeting with this new system, so we might have a few bumps in the room here.
There we go. Motion carried 7-0.
Six.
6-0, sorry.
Mhm.
Is that supposed to pop up on here?
It did last time, right?
It reads at the bottom, if you notice it, it doesn't pop up.
Right.
but it's-
Okay,
See it down there, it shows
Yep.
all the names.
thank you.
There it is.
Concerns of any Burlington ESB 244 patrons. Jay, you have the floor.
And so I came to apologize to you tonight. The problem with climbing up on a high horse is sometimes you fall off. And last month, I fell off my high horse. I do feel strongly about the likewise. I think it would be good for our children and our families and our schools. I feel strongly about it, but I left you with the impression that the Supreme Court decision was a decision of compulsion, and it's not. It's a decision of permission. And so I just want to straighten that up. I do feel strongly about it, but I did left you with the wrong impression last month. I just want to apologize to you.
Well, thank you for that, Jay.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Jim. I appreciate everything you say on that.
Yes, very
Thank
much
you.
so. Any more? That was it? Okay, so, written communications, I have a thank you from Jim Plummer. Food service report.
So we added her recommendation, we're trying to do that quarterly with food service, grounds and transportation and maintenance, so we'll have them do like a quarterly update for you guys and throw in a report there. So yeah, I appreciate their information that they're sharing on some different things that they're doing in the district.
Anybody have any questions on that? Get a chance to read that? Okay. Grounds and transportation, same. Any questions?
I appreciate that they took the time to do it.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then, again, maintenance. No questions? Well, now we come to Burlington Elementary School. This long. Any questions for Darla?
I'd say before we went on that one, on the maintenance, looks like he has some challenges on being short-staffed.
Yeah.
Is that something that he's looking into actively?
We are always looking in for,
I did appreciate the challenges that he was going
Yes.
through, so.
yes. We were fully staffed for about a heartbeat, I think, in February. And, yeah, we thought we had some employees coming from Tyson that ended up getting jobs at Simmons. And they were offering quite a bit more than we could compete with, so having said that, that's the challenge, but we're working on it.
Thanks, Don. Any, question for Darla then? No questions for Darla? Thank you for the report, Darla. Matt, middle school. Question from Matt?
So just a couple adjustments. I didn't have what I had for the dodgeball for Heart was one number, and then we had some late come in. We were about $94 shy of raising $7,000 for dodgeball for Heart. So just shy of it by that. So that was a great event. I know the kids always look forward to that. If I go over too much, I may not have anything for my next board report, but I'll go ahead and share it. On the 7th, our 8th grade teachers went to the high school to talk about our 8th grade class and hey, here's some strengths they have, here's some concerns, here's some things that will help you. Went very, very well. 8th grade class, it's a great class, but just like anything else, there are going to be some challenges there. And then also, thanks to Mr. Wilson, on May 12th and on May 7th, we'll be offering physicals. 2 providers will be going to the high school on the 7th, 2 will come to the middle school on the 12th, and with Courtney's help, we're going to try and get this sent out through Parent Square, where parents can sign up, so we will be able to offer those physicals this year at the middle school, like last year they offered at the high school, so that will be something new coming up in May.
Thank you, Matt. Cody?
Tomorrow, we have home forensics meet. We have 20 teams, we just won the last year, and over 300 kids coming. So if you haven't volunteered your time, there's still time. And so I know we're really excited to be hosting that. That starts around 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then the most exciting thing that happened, well, there's so much happening at the high school that's awesome. As we thank the newspaper for covering all of our goods in color, that looked really good this month. But Donna Bullen's been here for a long time, and so I don't know how far back, but we had the Red Scholarship winner, and we were able to keep, he knew he was a finalist, but we were able to keep it from him, and then Cody and somebody were keeping him, or Crystal Acton were keeping him over there while his family snuck in, and as soon as, and we had the whole gym out there, we said, yeah, you know, we have this quick assembly. It was cool. He had the big $80,000 check in his hand, was able to tell the students, because their statistics were that 1,700 kids started the application and only 700 completed it, and they gave $80,000 scholarships across Kansas. And so we have one of the winners, and big time. So, and Emporia State was there to shake his hand, and I feel like that, I mean, that's where he's gonna go here for the first year. So a lot of great things happening, and then I said, is there anything you wanna say to the student body? He's like, take the time to apply. And then all these senior faces were like, yeah, I was one of those that didn't finish it. And so lesson learned. So back to the scholar, lesson learned.
Have we had anyone ever win that?
Donna's been here
I don't think so.
16, 17 years, and so.
I don't think so.
And as Donna, congratulate Donna, because this is her state championship. This is, you know,
Yes.
this is like that for a counseling department, like you get a Red Scholarship, so congratulate her and helping the kids with all that, and of course with Brody.
That's awesome.
And then the information on the data that you see, we did based off of our last site council meeting, not this current one in February, but we did a senior experience survey. And so this is some of the data that we took from that, and we'll move forward with conversations. And so in your spare time, you can read that. The good things that are going on, and some of the things the seniors would change. And so, and what we're looking for there too is, did they have a relationship with a teacher? Did they feel like we were rigorous enough for them for their college and career goals, those type of things. So anyway, so we do listen, and it just takes us a little time to sometimes get everything going with them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that 38 of 39 had a trusting relationship with an adult.
And the interesting part, back to the conversation earlier about clubs and activities, even though not everybody filled it out by the time that I ran this, because the data is still coming in, is that if you notice, like let's say there's 25 freshmen that were, when they were freshmen, 25 out of 25 were involved. When they were seniors, it's like 24 out of 25 were involved. And so we're not losing those kids through their high school years on participating in something. And they didn't say they stayed with the same thing, it's just that they're still involved in the school.
I'm excited for the dual credit courses next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know, that's a lot of work when,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I know a lot of
Kudos.
you guys are math nerds and engineers, but when a young, she just turned 23 yesterday, is starting her master's in math, because this is her passion and what she wants to do for a long, long time. And the kids are just, thank goodness. And then Courtney Sleezer, it will be taking her practice this summer, and our kids struggle with that speech, especially our young ones. That's you have to be very motivated to take an online speech course. And,
Yeah, I've seen it.
and so, yeah, right? And so you have to get the 5 people to watch you and so on and so forth. And so we don't have a good success with that, with the younger ones, and so offering it in-house. And then plus, just a reminder, that class of 2028, this freshman class has to have that speech for graduation. So implementing this now, get the kids a local person to teach it, a very qualified. She has her master's in English and stuff, so she's qualified.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was your overall participation on your survey? What percentage of kids completed it?
Coming in now,
No, this,
oh,
survey.
when I ran it, let's see, I think their first part says, you can add them in 26, 43. So we have 54 in the class right now, or 56, excuse me. And so what do we have there?
And then what'd you say you're gonna use that information for? What's the purpose of it?
For us to share with the staff. So if we really looked at a dip in that, our seniors that have been with us for 4 years, or no matter what, they haven't created that connection with staff members, that's very concerning for high school. But then also the rigor, do we offer items that are interesting to them? Because one of the things with the site council that Ed student brought up is, and not being negative, it's just that I don't like to have 10 extra minutes in class. Whereas a freshman would be like, yeah, 10 extra minutes, right?
Yeah.
So you see the difference through, in a senior's perspective. That's what we're gonna look at. But plus then when they come back next year to talk, like, are we preparing them for the future? And so we also need to take a look why they're embedded into the learning, what we can take from that, so.
I think that's our vision, right? So that's what we really need to be focused on.
Anything else? Thank you, Jody. Ms. Graff. She here? Yeah.
There she is.
I don't have anything really to add.
Okay, anybody have anything for Lindsay then?
Thank you.
Mr. Coolman. Anything operating?
Just our Skyward conversions, going well with their training. We're gonna get our database, next week for the business side. We just attended the Skyward Icon Conference and, learned a lot, and were able to really, if you had counted all the people there, probably Kansas was most represented, and it was a good opportunity to really see how other districts are doing things, and it was really beneficial. Later in the meeting, you're going to be presented with a bid for some network switches and access points. With E-rate, there's a 5-year spending window with kind of an allotment assigned to school districts, and this is year 5. Don't know if, since it's a federal program, don't know if it's going to be around next year for the new round of 5 years. So we probably would have waited maybe another year before we looked to upgrade our switches and access points, but while 70% of the funding is available to be recouped, we thought it was wise to take advantage of that through the E-rate system.
I appreciate you looking ahead at that stuff too.
I can see that.
Anything else for Craig? Okay. Mr. Marshall.
I just have a few items, again, from our recruitment and retention information from our strategic plan. Again, we just are working on trying to do everything possible to improve salaries, benefits, throughout the district at all levels. We're also working again with our tuition reimbursement program that the board started in 2018 to be able to hopefully grow our own. And we currently have 1 staff member at the teacher in the fold to be able to again, benefit from that program. And again, we're just trying to do everything we possibly can with insurance, benefits, retirement plans, salaries, you know, so on and so forth. And a big part of that recruitment and retention is facility improvements, and we're working on the VOAG shop at the high school, and we have the big project going on with the elementary school bond issue. We'll be looking at hopefully to get that passed and be able to move on and give ourselves a wonderful place for DES, birth to grade 5 facility. Again, the Early Learning Center, currently we have 12 current staff members here in the USD 244 that are utilizing that service, and like I said, we have around 55 kids in that program now, with still about a 40-some waiting list. So again, we just want to keep working to try to improve and make Burlington the best place to be. So if you have suggestions, they're always welcome, and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Craig. Anybody have anything, Craig? Moving to the board reports, and the board have anything?
So, we talked about a foundation last month. We've had 2 meetings so far. Both meetings, we had different people attend. So we have a committee, that is moving forward. So Crystal Ecton has been there, Courtney, Selena, myself, James, Tyler Osner, Aubrey Drury, Craig, Sarah Rice. We've talked about bylaws. We're getting ready to apply for 501c3. We've come up with a name. We are meeting with the Eudora, so I reached out to the Eudora Schools Foundation. They have a very successful foundation for their school. And their president replied back within a few hours. So we're gonna set up a Zoom meeting with them, talk about how they got their foundation set up, what their, some successes they've had. They're pretty established. They've been around for about at least 7 years, I believe. We talked about fundraising ideas, different organizations to recruit from. We want a wide range of members. Talked about partnerships. I know James talked about, we talked about, and even at the first meeting, Selena was there, we don't want this to be board ran. That's not what this is. We want it to be a community foundation that supports the school. So, we don't want it to be a school board foundation. That's what we're saying. So, obviously the goal is to have generate funds to support students and staff at USD 244. So that is our main goal. So it's going to be called, as far as the second meeting, we talked about it being called the Burlington Academic Support Foundation, because we clearly wanted all funds to do that, to support academics. So whether it's through education or things for teachers or students, that's what we want to use. So we do have a meeting this Friday. It may get rescheduled. We have some conflicts. And then we are moving forward. So I believe it will be in full force by the time school starts. So
Still a lot of work to do with it, but
Sure.
if you have any interest in,
Yes.
get a hold of Monique and talk to her.
yes, James we talked about like term limits and, like staggering some of those things. We're not all on at the same time. So yes, if you know anybody that wants to be a member, we need you.
Okay, thank you, Monique.
Mhm.
Anybody else? No. So we're moving to approve VHF VOAG addition renovation bids.
Correct. I'm going to introduce Adam Kroll from BHS. He is lead estimator. Is that technically your term?
Something like
We're going to call you that. That's probably a good thing to be called. So anyway, Adam's here, and he has been terrific to work with, as well as the people from BHS on the VOAG shop program. And based on hopefully the approvals tonight, we can get to moving some dirt here pretty quick.
Absolutely. So yes, thanks for having me. I'm here to present the summary of the guaranteed maximum price for the 2,500 square foot addition for the VOAG shop. We took bids a few weeks ago, processed them, brought them together to a guaranteed maximum price, which you have a summary letter for in your meeting packet. That work's going to begin March 25 and end in August, and if we get going, we'd like to get going next week. So we have a base bid of $1,460,879. We had 3 alternates, the first of $58,530 to add the air conditioning function to the RTUs associated with the addition. Alternate 2 was an add of $6,895 to replace a little bit of paving, which we're gonna kind of landlock once we put the addition in place. And then alternate 3 was an add of $11,217 to add some doors to an opening, which will create between what is the current welding shop and what will be the new project area. So, in working through those numbers with Craig, he said all alternates should move forward. So those create a total project guaranteed maximum price of $1,537,520. And so that's what I present this evening for approval.
And that is well within our budget. We are in good shape, as I shared with you before. So, again, we'd like to do the base bid as well as alternates 1, 2, and 3. Do you have any questions for me or for Adam?
It's ready to get started.
Yeah.
And again, you know, I like having local subcontractor
So it looks like
participations.
2 and 3 are.
Yeah, Stanley and Felter and Crooks Point to assist with that, so that's always good to bring more business to the community.
And while Unifloor's not local, they're the ones that have done the successful epoxy work,
Right.
epoxy flooring work.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
We do appreciate that.
Okay, entertain a motion. Someone, make motion to approve?
Motion to approve the bids as presented by DHS Construction.
Motion second, any discussion? I'm hearing none, submit your vote. Well, that's good. Motion 6-0. That's the thing you start working with, huh?
And Adam, you're more than welcome to stay, or if you want to get back on the road, we understand completely. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night and drive safe.
Yeah, be careful of the door.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so, the board had a rather long, lengthy meeting concerning, for the elementary project, CMAR approval. And so we had 3, companies that bid that. And so you have before you the company we've selected. The Board of Education conducted interviews for CMR on March 7th, following the McGowan Gordon Construction, Nabholz, and VHS Construction. And, so we need a motion there to approve. These guys, we're not approving them to build. We're just, approving them as a potential contractor, but to work with our architect to look at a bid price, to make sure that we're in the scope.
That's a really good point to make. We don't have any fees associated with them in terms of that they're gonna help us work with Clark Simpson, our architect, our community advisory committee, the Bowercom Corporation, who's helping us with the PR piece. And remember, Bowercom, we are not paying any general fund money. We don't have any expenses with Bowercom. That fee is being picked up by GMCN to help promote the bond issue. So again, this firm works with us to help go through the process of trying to help inform, educate, share information in open meetings with everyone to explain why we're looking at this as the right option for the new BES.
We thought it was important because we have a kind of a figure, our architect has a number in mind, but we didn't feel confident that, you know, it always have an architect does it, and then your construction guy comes in and goes, oh, no, it's gonna be a lot more than that, or a lot less than that, so
Yes.
we want these to work in unison together and get our price down there that we're comfortable with. And, so we feel like, we'd just like to go ahead. Make a motion.
Yeah, motion to approve McCowan Gordon Construction at the BDS project CMAR.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded, okay. Any more discussion? Submit your vote. Motion 6-0, carried 6-0.
And again, kudos to you guys as board members for the work that you guys have done with the RFQ process, the RFP process, the deliberations, the very thorough deliberations. So again, thank you so much. You guys have really done an excellent job with this process. So kudos to you guys as board members.
Okay, so the next, we're looking at the KSB membership. So we're belong to that every year, so we get a lot out of those folks.
And Christy's done an excellent job of showing some information. There's some historical perspective on the different fees that we have. Thank you, Christy. One item that you want to look at down below, the board could see that the season pass may potentially save money on workshops for this next school year. So last year is the 24-25 year. It's $1,150. We hadn't been using that much money in the past. Well, this year we're up to $1,750. So we've got some new board members, and we also have front office staff that are using the trainings that KASB is providing. So with that being said, I think the professionalism of you all and wanting to maybe to learn and grow as board members as well as our office staff, I think it may be worth it this year to go ahead and pay the $1,150 to be able to benefit here. In this case, $600 savings if we would have done it last year, but I think it would be beneficial if we look to do that this year and see. We'll keep track and see what we're using.
I would agree, because they have lots of programs that we can just send people to, and and if you're not worried about the cost there, that's good.
So you have a recommended motion and a potential motion to add.
And like everything, it goes up a little bit every year, so. Motion to approve the KSB membership renewal in the amount of $10,946.40. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Going above it, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
New system.
We tried that. Motion to approve the KSB membership renewal of the amount of $12,696.40.
Yes.
You guys just want me to spend more money?
Yes.
Second?
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Motion carries 6-0. As Craig Gould just mentioned just a little bit ago, so we have his upgrade switches.
Nope.
No.
What?
KSB.
KSB.
Assistance Fund.
The dues, yeah, one more.
Okay. So you have for you the KSB Legal Assistance Fund, which is different from the KSB dues,
Yes.
which we use. And that price remains the same.
Motion to approve KSB Legal Assistance Fund renewal amount of $2,750.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Signature. Motion carries 6-0. Down back.
Yes.
Now, back to Craig Coleman mentioned a little bit ago on his E-rates. So we have the motion before you. And if I understand right, that's 70%, 70%?
So yes, it's 70% reimbursable.
Right.
And even though you would be approving if the E-rate funding doesn't come through for some reason, we would be able to cancel the project and
Right.
forgo it.
Okay.
upgrades for network switches and access points for Burlington High School, Burlington Middle School, and Burlington Elementary School in the amount of $69,916.36 from Network Computer Solutions contingent upon approval of E-rate funding.
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion. No discussion, submit your vote. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you.
Are they the same switches accounting, kind of, did they just replace some switches recently?
We replaced a core switch at the county that controls the internet for all the entities.
Okay.
But yeah, no, these are the individual
These- the
within
actual
the
points
buildings,
themselves.
yeah, like your endpoints and your server rooms.
You're already over my head.
Little boxes.
Your stuff.
Would open that door.
We just sit here.
Yes, we do,
Make sure
yes.
it keeps working, that's all we say.
Okay. So, a motion to recess an executive session for 5 minutes to discuss certified contracts pursuant to the exception for employer-employee negotiations under COMA, and to return to open session in this room at the end of that time, including Craig Marshall and Lindsey Graff.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Submit your vote. So folks, you'll be able to step out for 5 minutes. You're welcome to go back on the other side, or So, next on the agenda is motion recess in executive session for 30 minutes to discuss non-elected personnel related to a complaint exception under coma and to return to open session in this room at the end of that time to include Craig Marshall, Chris Neff, Sarah Faircloth, Rustin Kimmel, and Terrell Mock.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Submit your vote. Motion carries 6-0. Session,
I'm going to enter executive session for consultation with the attorney and engage in engage in discussion deemed privileged by the attorney and client relationship, discuss non-elected personnel for 10 minutes.
second.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, how many minutes, I'm sorry?
10 minutes.
Thank you. No, yes, you're leaving. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
The second one's by James.
My second. How about we just do a roll call vote till she gets that figured out? So,
Aye.
Aye.
aye. Motion carries 6-0.
Okay.
10 minutes.
back in session. Action on the executive session. So, the board made a motion to deny the appeal on part, as part of policy KN. Okay,
Second.
second.
Oh, so you guys have already had it done?
No, we're
We're
doing
just
it.
not it.
We're doing it right now.
We just done it. Any further discussion? Submit your vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why my language is not there? Motion to deny, thank you, can you read that again? please?
Motion denied appeal as part of policy KN.
Okay, and who made the motion, please?
I did. Lucas seconded.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you get it done. Oh.
Selena, did you?
Mine just still said up there.
There it is.
It was like electronic, but it was like the circle.
Let's see,
Did it go?
I don't think that's.
Shoot.
Thank you for your patience, everybody, as we
Sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's slow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well,
Is it typing in additional stuff?
yes,
Oh.
I did get proficient
Yeah,
about
there it goes.
adding, like additional motions and.
Yeah,
Motion carries 6-0.
okay. Anything else tonight?
Okay, yeah, so Julie, so motion to accept the retirement request of Julie Tippelmeyer as Burlington Elementary School librarian with regret at the end of the 2024, 2025 school year.
Second? And did you wanna read that top part?
At the end of
Oh, sorry.
2024-2025 school year, Julie will have taught for 26 years. 21 of those will have been with USD 244.
That's awesome.
Submit your vote, please. What the heck? Why you get that one up? Motion carries. 6-0. Student, executive session regarding student issues. Closing items, anybody?
Just again, thank you for all the donations from the
Yes, that was
community.
huge.
That's really big, so thank you.
Jay, thank you for your comments earlier.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's hard to accept when you gotta do that in front of everybody and say, oh, sorry. But appreciate it.
Private defenses can be done privately and public defense can be done.
But I don't have anything else in the briefing, so. Yeah. Board adjourned.